This is Wild Chronicles. I'm Boyd Matson. This is Picture Postcard, Florida. Beachfront homes, either already built or on the way. But the view is different in Florida's interior. Here, some wilderness still exists, and the state's black bears and other wildlife still have room to roam, at least for now. Conservationists worry that increasing development is fast carving up wild habitats. Roads that slice through the state have created some of the most fragmented bear populations in the country. University of Kentucky researcher David Mayer is here to find out how the animals are coping.
Bear population numbers in Florida are a mixed bag. There are places where they've clearly gone up in numbers. And these isolated populations are at best holding their own, and more likely they're on the decline because so many people are moving to these areas, more and bigger roads with more traffic, more developments. More agriculture means less bear habitat and less bears.
To get his subjects, David uses something so scrumptious, so tempting, that no bear can resist. Day-old donuts. Once captured, the animal is sedated so it can be fitted with a tracking GPS collar.
I'll put it on the inside.
Statistics are measured and recorded into a data bank that helps David and his team keep track of the population's health and characteristics. Eventually, the sedatives wear off, and the bear is on its feet and headed back into the wild. But the bear will remain on the team's radar. The GPS will allow the researchers to monitor the bear's movements. They're interested to see what bears do when they encounter human development, especially the state's network of highways. The seemingly continual stream of fast-moving cars acts like an impenetrable barrier, not just for the bears, but for other forms of Florida wildlife as well. Like the bears, a myriad of species, from cranes to alligators, also need an intact habitat in order to thrive. The Nature Conservancy is working to preserve tracts of undeveloped land for black bears and other wild creatures. The conservationists say the open space will not only help the animals, but also protect the state's water supply.
Many people that are moving to Florida, they don't understand what these natural systems were like and what services they provide for us, such as clean drinking water. These natural landscapes provide innumerable ecosystem service benefits to us that allow us to maintain ourselves on the landscape as well as wildlife.
How can a state with so much development find a way to preserve vast tracts of land for bears? The answer, in part, may lie here. The Lightsey Cattle Company has operated in Florida since the 1800s. They oversee tens of thousands of acres where cattle roam freely. But it's also a home for other wildlife as well. The Lightseys have a conservation easement that allows their vast acreage to remain intact.
Since the early 90s, we've done between 75 and 80% of our land into easements with 7 different agencies, mostly going through Nature Conservancy.
One of the wildlife habitats the Lightseys manage is Brahma Island on Lake Kissimmee. It's a pristine haven that harbors protected species.
The island actually has 28 different endangered species, all kind of different endangered plants, different orchids over there. There's 14 bald eagles nest on the island.
So the role a Florida cattle rancher plays is they basically provide the underlying landscape on which much of Florida's wildlife depends, and particularly important for species that need large areas.
Probably 80% of the bear habitat in this area is on private lands, and those are primarily on ranchers' spreads. I think the bottom line for this landscape is without the very proactive stewardship of ranchers, there would be no bears.
Ensuring the success of black bear populations is is a complicated business requiring the combined efforts of researchers and ranchers. In a state crisscrossed with roads, the bears may yet find a path to safety.